Hello, friends and family. I don't know if anybody's here. I'm cooking dinner. Thought we would chit chat a little bit. Well, I do that. Dang, something sticky up here. Okay, trying to see where I can put you guys. Uh, let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Have you guys ever? Uh, that phone is so dang loud, honey, y'all. Okay, I can't see chat if anybody's chatting. So, um, anyway, have you ever had $1 million spaghetti? That's what I'm making. I've heard other people call it, like it's going around on TikTok. Hey, Miss Barb, how are you, babe? It's going around on TikTok, kind of, and it's kind of like the same recipe, but it's not. I don't know. I made this about I don't know about 8 years ago, and it was my stepson loved it. That's an awful angle. Oh, okay, let me see. I need to get something. Put you up on. Hold on just a second. My husband's outside in the garage. I mean, on the back porch, and he is on his phone. So, okay. So what's been going on? Happy Friday to everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, it turned off cold this morning here. Oh Lord, it was cold. It rained last night. Let me pull it up on here so I can see chat. Okie dokie. Let's see. So I watched the trial this morning. I don't know if you guys are watching it. Um, sorry guys, everything's discombobulated. Y'all have to excuse my husband. He's out there pissed off. I guess he's cussing and fussing and cussing about something. If you hear him cursing and shit. I don't know why I can't get this to. Avalanche. Avalanche. So this recipe calls for hamburger meat and sausage. It calls for Italian sausage, but my husband is a dingleberry. He says he don't like the Italian stuff, so he don't like the seasoning in the sausage. Huh? So thing don't have chat on it, does it? It does. Sorry, I'm trying to get the chat pulled up on here, but I can't get it to pull up. So I freeze my bell peppers and stuff whenever they're on sale. So, or when I have something they're fixing to go bad. Do you guys do that? Oh, have y'all ever heard? If you're not from the South, I don't know if you know. You know, it's Mardi Gras time. But have you guys heard of king cakes? This is a king cake. Well, we had a half of a chocolate one on this side. My mother-in-law bought one, and then I bought strawberry and Bavarian cream. They put them in all kinds of flavors. But it has a little baby inside. So you don't know where it's at. They're so good. They're loaded with sweet. But there's a baby inside it. This is one. My husband got the baby last night. The little chocolate baby. You got the baby out of the chocolate side. But the tradition is whoever gets the baby has to buy the next, right? Buys the next cake.
Yeah.
Buys the next cake. So Mark's got that. But Mardi Gras is over Wednesday. So I mean not Wednesday, Tuesday. I think Tuesday is like Ash Tuesday or something. So these will be the last king cake we get. You know, we won't be getting no more before Mardi Gras because I think Tuesday is. I gotta tell you guys. So when I lived in Texas, I worked at this place and it was called the Beaumont Club. And hold on, I'm gonna try to rearrange. And it was downtown Beaumont. I lived in Silsbee, Texas, but this place was downtown Beaumont. So it was a private lunch club. I'm gonna turn it this way. It's a private lunch club, and we did like the men would come in there and they would gamble, but it was like, you know, they weren't supposed to be gambling. You know what I mean? It was like they had a private room or whatever. Anyway, they would gamble and we served liquor, drinks, and stuff like that. But so I waited tables and would help with did book work after, you know. And we also did private parties and stuff like that. So whenever what was that? Oh yeah. So when I first started, you know, I had never really been around Jews or different religions because I was raised Methodist, turned Baptist, and when I lived up north, I was introduced to LDS, Latter-day Saints, Mormon. So that was a you know interesting thing. I love learning about other religions. I just had never been exposed to, you know, there's no Jews around here. We're all rednecks. So anyway, there was a lady, Miss Doris. She was so sweet. She would bring her brother in there, and they were wealthy. They were from money. And they both were really elderly, but he was on a walker, but she would bring him in there. Well, I didn't know. So she comes in there and they would get matzah or something. I don't know. Like I learned about Lent and all that stuff. So she come in there one day. It was Ash Tuesday, I guess, whatever that day it is. But I did not know. So I thought she had something black on her. I mean, it looked like ashes, which it was. But anyway, she sat down with some ladies. And you guys, I was like, got a paper towel, and I went there and I started wiping her. I said, Miss Doris, you got something. I was so freaking embarrassed. And she's like, hey, Joe, that is no, it's. So she thought I was stupid, you know, not knowing about it. But hell, I didn't know. I'd never been introduced to that, you know, over Jewish and how they went. So whenever I lived up north, okay, good deal. Have you ever heard, Antonio, have you ever heard of, hey, Vidal Lady and Kim, CC Jones? Have you ever heard of $1 Million Spaghetti? That's what we're having tonight for dinner. And for my niece, and tomorrow is the Mardi Gras parade. And my niece is coming and bringing her 3 children and her and her mom's coming. And this parade starts at 1. And my husband's uncle has a historic home on one of the main roads that the parade's going to go down. So we're going to go watch the parade. So anyway, I'm cooking a big pan. So in case they're hungry tomorrow, they can have. And I made Rice Krispie treats last night. So, let's see. I am here. Okay, cool beans. I am here. Okay, my sister-in-law was asking me for the address. Hold on. Let's see. Type it Oh, you're so welcome. Okay, so you see why I wasn't going to. I didn't know she was going to cut the other one off. So the first one I videotaped, I was standing there and I was videotaping it, and all I could think of is, okay, so you're supposed to, it's fair use, but you're supposed to have commentary. Well, I stood there and recorded it without saying anything, commentary. So there at the end, whenever I decided, oh shit, to myself, Big Joe, you need to like stop this and redo it and have commentary because she could distract me. So whenever she stopped or cut it off, I was like, oh man, because I knew there was still good stuff that you guys would want to hear. So I was like, I'm just gonna take one for the team and put it up there, all shaking and everything. But yeah, so I was listening to her a little bit when I was on the way back from the store a while ago, and she's got 2 tacos up there. Man, they are something else. I'm just telling. And they're talking about being having tacos do all her dirty work for her. And I'll be right back. Okay. I gotta get me a Coke and then we'll get to cooking. Okay, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not very organized. It's like squirrel day. I have a good mind. Maybe let me see if we got any wine coolers here. Hey, babe, do I have any wine coolers here? Do I have any wine coolers? Nope. I don't think we do. Oh, in that ice chest. See if there's some in there. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I'll just have a Coke. Okay, let me get the chat off of this. Oh. I'll try to prop it up here so it don't. Oh, hey, Life Reminded, the truth teller. Lisa 54, Winky Whispers. Hey, babe, how are you? Okay, hopefully that won't fall. I'm gonna stick something. Stick it on one of this. Maybe it won't, cause I'm rigged up right now. I ain't got no. Oh, I could go get my stand, but that's okay. We'll just wing it and ding it like this. As long as it don't fall, we'll be good. So yeah, I mean, first of all, you guys, how pompous is it of Sloppy Molly to think that she has the right to be pissed off at Dre for coming back to the internet? I mean, how stupid. Who does she think she is? You know, she has got some nerve. Slowest molasses. Okay. Yeah, she's got like all pissy. And I have to say, secretly, I was proud of Justin for actually. I don't care whose balls he had to borrow to jiggle in his hand to feel like he could stand up to her. I'm just glad he borrowed some balls because he should have went off on her. Hey, outlaw trucker, he should have went off on her butt more than what he did. I know, but lady, I can't hardly handle it. And look, you guys, she did not care. She didn't care that he was pissed off because it was all about her getting Patreons and stuff to send money to her so she could give it to the one whoever wants to go see Vaughn, which I think is a crock of bullshit. You know what I mean? But she got her way. She got what she wanted. She got enough money just in that short time for them to go and come on. She is a piece of work, man. I'm telling you what. I've always said that Mallory has no shame. You know what I mean? There's no shame in her game because she has no problem uh, asking for money and expecting to get paid, and will um, read you up and down if you don't do what she thinks you ought to do. You know what I mean? But I never really looked at it. I guess Marissa always thought she was more polished about getting it. You know what I mean? Getting the money. But yeah, not I think they're like two in the same. Two in the same now. No, no shame at all. Oh yeah, she got the money, Kim. Like for her Patreon, she said. Well, there's one Patreon. I don't know who it is. What did Kim say? I don't know who it is, but she sent her one day. She sent her $2,000 through over the day, like 500 here, but when her mom, when she was crying about her mom dying, being sick or whatever, uh, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand the people that do it. I don't understand her thinking that, you know, I mean, Mallory at least says that, if you can justify it, Mallory at least says, that she's working for it. She's moving those lips are pushing air, and she tries to, put a comedic flair to it. Marissa just gets up there and freaking insults people and puts them down. But yeah, her getting mad, and you can tell that when she kind of yelled about, how dare, what's her name? Dre to come back now. She was really pissed at Justin, you guys. She was really pissed at Justin, but she aired her pissed offness towards Dre. She was pissed off that Justin was acting like he was acting. She ain't used to him having balls in his hand. You know what I mean? Hell, he ain't either. I bet he went, ooh, don't you know? Honey, he tore it up last night. I bet he was the, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? When he was lacking that authority. He might start doing that more often. But now I didn't see this, but apparently earlier in that stream or in the day, they were talking about, he was on panel and somebody else was on panel. They were talking about him not being embarrassed when Marissa talks or whatever. And he told her, he said, oh, well, there's been some times that I've cringed. And she was like, acted surprised. She's like, what? And he's like, yeah, you say things that make me cringe. So that kind of like it pissed her off a little bit. But damn, hello? What do you mean? I know we had a mutual friend. I won't say any names, but she pulled away the friend. She pulled away, quite a while back, but they had not like discussed it or talked about it. So whenever Marissa finally, said something to her about it, she was surprised that this person was basically embarrassed because of her actions. I don't get it. And then somebody called me today, and they told me that they called her last night talking about pills. She thought that Princess was oh, that sounds so good, Live Rewinder. She thought that Princess was off of her phone or her live or whatever, and he went live on his, but he just closed out a StreamYard and it was still playing anyway. They were talking about his pills and stuff, and she's like, oh yeah, I know those are strong. And anyway, they said they recorded all that. I don't know. I can't remember all the details. And then she also said that Sloppy Molly was talking about that, and something else she said they're going to out tonight. So let me see. Display size. What do you call it whenever timeout? Okay. There's something else I was going to tell you guys about what she did. Did you guys hear it yesterday whenever she had tacos in the chat, and she was talking about, at first she wasn't gonna say what it was, at first, but they were talking about okay, so I don't know how long you guys have been around or anything, but Tacos claims to be a white witch. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you. Don't shoot the messenger. She claims to like have the powers, and there's all kinds of um, processes or parts to her putting a hex on somebody, a spell on somebody. So Marissa had her put one on Diane, Makeup Monster, I think Science Girl. Anyway, but they had to go down dirt road. Marissa had to do her part in Hershey, and then Tacos did some crap at in Texas. Oh shoot! And I almost lost it. But anyway, so Tacos was, oh, but this was smart enough to when she was mad at Marissa, she had took pictures, screenshots of them doing their seance or whatever, their spell. So whenever she got mad at Marissa, she went on Diane's panel and she had screenshots, and Marissa she had to buy some stones or whatever, and then she had to use a Bible. And she had Adrian's Bible there. You can see it in the picture. They had to burn a candle. Oh, it's not hot here, Savannah. It's cold this morning. But anyway, so they were talking the other night, day before yesterday. This was the day after Tacos, that screen message showed up that she was going to go real life on me and then K Smalls. The next day they were talking, which was yesterday, and they were talking about her putting spells on people. They didn't say who it was going to be, but I've told this before. I don't know if you guys were here. I'm going to tell it again. I'm going to educate you guys like my friend Martha Stewart did me. So I don't know if you know about garlic. If you ever have garlic that's bitter, the reason it's bitter is if whenever you smash it, if you will look right here in the middle, I've tore it open. There is it might not be like this, but it's almost starting to sprout. But you can pull out the whole little sprout, and it just comes out one little piece. And Martha Stewart told me, back when we were hanging out before jail, that if you pull that out, it won't be bitter. So I don't know. I've never had garlic that was bitter, but since my Martha told me, and it don't take long for garlic to start sprouting. I mean, if you keep it around here. So I'll buy it from the store sometimes and it's already sprouting. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's a little, from me to you, a little tidbit there. Free advice, baby. Free hints. Woo. Yeah, it rained last night. It's been raining, but it really turned. They had tornadoes up where my mom lives. They didn't have no trouble with it, but there was a couple of them touched down. I don't think it was too bad because I hadn't heard anything. Yeah, I like garlic. I like putting it, especially when I make spaghetti. You really can't have spaghetti without putting garlic in it. You know what I mean? And this is, okay, so I was telling you guys, so this spaghetti is called $1 Million Spaghetti, but now there's something on TikTok, and it's kind of the same thing, but you basically make regular spaghetti for your marinara, but you also layer it. So you put your noodles in there, and you make an Alfredo sauce. The Alfredo sauce goes on the bottom in the noodles, and then you put the marinara and noodles and stuff on top of that, and then cheese and bacon. And you guys, it is freaking $1 million. It tastes like $1 million. I have to say, it really is very good. So that's where I made it probably about 10 years ago, and that's the name of the recipe. But the one on TikTok is not called that. I don't know what it's called, but it's not called $1 Million Spaghetti. Okay, breaking news. 6 people shot dead in small town. Let's see. Wow. Killed in a series of shootings in Mississippi. Suspects in company. So our governor, Tate Reeves, yesterday made maybe this true. Babe, listen to this. Tate Reeves announced yesterday. Now, Jackson is the capital of Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi. That's in North Mississippi. And it is bad. Like, you turn the news on and you hear all the time, there's shootings just about every day. He announced yesterday that Jackson, Mississippi is the most, I can't remember what he said. Basically said that we were out of the whole country. Let me see. Local. Tate Reeves. So basically saying out of the whole country, even more than Chicago, and that Jackson, Mississippi, I'm going to pull it up here. Okay. Tate Reeves calls Jackson, Mississippi the murder capital of the world. Are you hearing this, babe? Poppy. Listen, so Tate Reeves announced yesterday that Jackson is the murder capital of the world. During a press conference Thursday, he announced a proposal for 1.3 billion in infrastructure and economic development. He says that the capital city of Jackson is the murder capital of the world. In response to the question the House bill asked him, he said that he would put the power to appoint the judge. Let me get to where he gets to the meat and potatoes.
Why would you put that much in infrastructure in a place like that?
Exactly, 1.3. He says, I think in many instances they are frustrated. Look, Jackson is the murder capital of the world, and that is not a title we should be proud of. The thought of doing nothing should not be an option. Dude, are you freaking serious? The murder capital of the world. Okay, so it gives you some statistics here. Let me find it.
Yeah, per capita, yeah.
Yeah, per capita. I'm trying to find the per capita. But I don't know where you guys live.
Like that.
But
that's the first place I'd ever been to at night. And this was back in the late 80s.
I don't see the per capita.
And we was wiring a house up there, and when we got done, we stopped at a little convenience store to get some beer.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't go in. Couldn't go in the store at all.
Why?
You gave them the money, you passed it under a sheet, told them what you wanted, and they come and passed it back under the sheet.
Oh, like a drive-through?
No, like bulletproof glass. During the daytime, they had the doors open. But when it got dark, they sealed that thing up. Didn't nobody go in the store.
Wow.
I was like, dang, man.
Not long ago, when I was up at my mom's, my niece and I took my mom to see her sister, and it's close to in the Jackson area, the nursing home she was in, and my niece had to go to the bathroom, so she pulled in a Circle K, which is a line of convenience stores, and she went in and she come back out and she said, "You're not gonna believe this, but it was self-checkout in the convenience store." She said there was a lady working, but she was in the back and she hollered, "Do you need anything?" And she's like, "No, I've got it." So she says, "Walmart's taught me. I've learned how to check myself out," which is ridiculous. What are you doing over there, making a mess? But I don't know where you guys lived or how the crime is, and you probably don't know anything about Mississippi, but I really find it hard to believe. But I mean, I'm just saying, he says it is, so I guess we just have to take him at his word. You know what I mean? It just blows my mind. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. My uncle lived in Jackson. That's where all my mom's brothers and sisters, most of them live. And he had just retired. He was 80 something. He worked as long as he could. He went to the store that morning, and man, it's so sad. And he went to the store that morning to get some snuff. And when he come home, he had went to like Lowe's or Home Depot and bought some papers. He was going to make like a little pathway to my aunt's flower bed. And he pulled his truck into the front yard, and he also had some dirt on the back of his truck. And he had popped his tailgate, and he was shoveling it. And somebody come into his yard, come up behind him, put him on his knees, took his wallet and shot and killed him execution style. He was 80-something years old. My aunt was in the house, and she heard the pop. She thought it was something in the oven. But yeah, so we were able to go see him, but he was not, he was still alive, but he wasn't there. So, and that's where they live. So I get that it's bad. And so they found the guy, and my uncle's son he works for the FBI, and he's pretty high up there. And you guys, it took 6 years, almost 6 years before COVID hit, before they finally had court. It was just not long ago they had court, the last grand juries. And they found him guilty, and I think he got life. But my uncle, okay, so the guy wasn't but like 26 years old. He was a young man, but he had already killed 4 other people. So he was what they call a serial killer. That's so sad. And so the guy that was hey, Misty Mo, how are you? Freeside 19X, welcome, babe. But all he had to do was ask my uncle. He would have given him anything he wanted. You know what I mean? He didn't have to shoot him and kill him. But that was in the town. That was in Jackson. So, I mean, it's just that we live in this world is very scary, you guys. I know you know it. I'm not telling you anything, but it's a scary world, and it's not getting any better. I don't know. I'm not trying to preach to you or nothing, but if you guys are religious or not, everybody needs to make sure they're right with the good Lord upstairs, or whoever you pray to or look up to or spiritual with, because
The time it's not. I mean, I just can't see how this world can keep going like it is. You know what I mean? And hell, I don't know how we're gonna be able to afford everything. Anyway, I mean, it's ridiculous what stuff costs. And I think there's another. I found another balloon. It's over. Did you hear that, babe? Another balloon is over. Not Canada. I can't remember where it was at, but. And then I read last night that they said that. Babe, what was that I told you about the UFOs? What they said? Congress said. Okay, baby cakes, let me get it going. Get it going. The truth teller, what do you mean same over here as far as the crime goes, or UFOs, or about what the world that we live in? Okay, lovely Wanda, what you cooking, baby? What you having? You probably said it up in chat and I wasn't listening. I mean, I wasn't looking. Savannah, how are you? Yes, ma'am. Evil is taking over, sugar. It is taking over, and it's starting with Sloppy Molly's channel over there in Hershey, Pennsylvania. That sounds good. I don't know what kind of pasta that is, but I'm sure it sounds. I mean, it's gonna be good. I mean, how can you go wrong with pasta? And you know what I mean? I like my noodles like I do my potatoes. I ain't never met one I didn't like. No matter how it was cooked. Oh, thank you, babe. Thank you. I have several of them back in my studio, and I need to wear them more back there because resin ruins. And I'm not, I get resin and paint all over the place. My floor back there is hardwood, but I have to get down there with like things like this, and I've got some scrapers and scrape because little drops. I clean it, about every 2 or 3 weeks. I guess little drops. But anyway, I should wear my apron back there more than I do because I'm safer in here than I am in there. Okay, this is my frozen bell peppers. So Trinity, whenever I was first moved to Texas, we made friends with these. We ran an airport. My husband and I. Welcome, Kara. How are you? Oh, chicken pot pie with red lobster. Oh my gosh, I made that. It's a TikTok thing, girl. It is off the chain. It is so darn good. It called for the red lobster, girl. It is fine. We loved it. Now listen. I put another. I can't remember. I added something to it. I don't have to pull the recipe up, and it was so good. I added an extra can, I think, of cream of chicken or something like that. And I added cream cheese. I put cream cheese in almost everything like that. But girl, it was off the chain. It was very good. It's definitely a recipe I'm gonna make again. Yeah, TikTok made me do it. If you tell me the recipe, the ingredients, I'll tell you. I can't remember what I did. I'll have to pull the recipe up. They say if your memory gets worse the older you get. I'm gonna be in trouble, is all I can say. My grandfather had either Alzheimer's or dementia. I don't know which one he had, but my mom's dad. So, but anyway, my girlfriend was from Louisiana. She was Cajun, and they lived down in Port Neches, the Orange area that's close to Louisiana. Anyway, her husband was taking flying lessons from my husband, and so they would come up on weekends, and we've just become real good friends. But she cooks, Cajun all the time, and so she told me about the Trinity. So that's the reason she said the Trinity is something they always start with. It's onion, bell pepper, and garlic, and they start just about every dish with a Trinity. So now whenever I have bell pepper or if they're on sale or whatever, buy a bunch of them up, and I come home and cut them up and put them in the freezer. And I don't like my onions done like that because they get, icy and freezer burnt quicker than the bell pepper. But if you're going to use them in a short amount of time, you're fine to like put the onions in there. My sister-in-law, she doesn't buy onions or bell pepper. She buys that frozen mix like that and uses that all the time. Now I don't like that. I like my onions fresh, and I used to not even like onions, but it's amazing the things you eat when you get older that you wouldn't used to eat. Yeah. Roasted chicken from what? Oh yeah, cream of chicken. That's cute. Yeah, I think I added corn. I added something. I can't remember, but I'm always adding something to the stuff. Hey babe, if you talk to your mom, tell her I'm making $1 million spaghetti and ask her if she wants me to bring her some. My mother-in-law lives right down the road, 3 houses down, so I always hook her up when I cook something besides just throwing something together. Okay. Yeah, I like that sheephead corn, the white sheephead corn. I'm gonna tell you something. Another TikTok recipe: fried corn. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So the TikTok recipe was you take melt you some butter in the skillet, get frozen corn, and fry the corn, salt and pepper. Put it in the butter and fry it, and then you add 2 or 3 tablespoons of cream cheese, and let that melt in there and fry that. You guys, my mom loves it. It's another TikTok recipe. Very good fried corn, I think is what it's called. Or TikTok made me do it, something like that. So this recipe calls for ricotta cheese. It's almost like a lasagna. Ricotta cheese, sour cream, mozzarella, Parmesan. So it's pretty cheesy and creamy. The bottom part of it is. Do y'all break your noodles like that? I don't like the whatever that dog was. They sucked the noodles. The Disney movie, whatever it was. Lady and the Tramp. I don't like my noodles being long like that. What do you mean? Oh, you look like a patty mule. I doubt that. Mexican street corn. Okay, Life Rewinded. Do you make it? Because I just saw a recipe last night, and I put it in my, my recipe thing. I'm going to make it. They would tell about how to make it. So this lady says that she makes, for 8 ears of corn, she uses 4 sticks of butter. And I mean like the real butter. And she said that she puts the butter, softened butter in a bowl and adds all kinds of seasonings to it. And I think some Parmesan Reggiano, she puts a couple kind of cheeses in it. And then she takes the corn after she's cleaned the husk and stuff off of it. She tears her off tinfoil for however many ears of corn she's got. But she lathers that butter on that corn and wraps it in tinfoil and makes a, real tight wrapping so it won't come out. And she does it like a Tootsie Roll, twist it on both ends, the tinfoil, and bakes it for, I think she said 45 minutes in the oven. But it looks so good. When she takes it out, she sprinkled like paprika and some of that, I don't know what kind of cheese it is. I call it Mexican cheese. It's that raw white crumbly cheese. But is that how you make yours? I love some corn. My mom loves corn too. Okay, let's see. Off the topic, but do you guys remember weeks ago the commercial that said no more Spokes peanuts for M&Ms, and they had Mia Rudolph's face on them? Well, I took the liberty of ordering all of them, all the ones they had. Okay, I used 2 jars of chicken gravy, chicken broth, seasoned bay leaf. Oh, that sounds so good. Okay, of all the characters, die cast to save, to then find out during the Super Bowl that it was a joke. Oh no, Winky, that's hilarious. Well, that's like me with the lady that had the lint or doing whatever that was, had the ashes on her, and I'm trying to wipe them off her forehead. You know what I mean? Oh Lord. Well, somebody probably got a laugh out of it. So look at it like that. You made somebody laugh. And you're always welcome to get off the chat because, me, I'm like a squirrel. We talk about all kinds of things. Hey, Weepy Willa, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so this channel is, I don't know what kind of channel to tell you it is. I just do a little bit of everything. We talk about everything. We talk about some tragedy films in here. We talk about the trial, what's going on with the Alex Murdaugh. I cook, I cuss, I go up to the country. My mama, you guys, is she likes it whenever I go on YouTube and she's there. So whenever I was making the chocolate pies on that video, I had went back and I was looking for something. I don't remember what I was looking for, but anyway, I went out to my car to get a Coke, a vanilla Coke out of it, and she knew. So I had my camera on a tripod, and I had it like the stove was here, and I had it propped up in the corner. And my mom had already said something, and she knew where the camera was at, So she was standing when I went out to get my Coke. She was standing at the sink looking out the window. And as soon as I went out that door, you guys, she turned around and she walked over in front of the stove and she looked down and then she looked right up at the camera to look and she just kept looking. It was so funny, so cute. It's something I'm gonna hang on to forever. I showed my sister and my brother and we just died out laughing. My sister said, she thought Mama's gonna be hitting you up pretty soon telling you she wants some damn royalties. Oh shit. I said, probably so. Not that I got any royalties coming in. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. You're welcome, and we have a lot of fun in here. I think we do. We've got some great people. Okay, so I grilled corn in the husk, so you might have to say, okay. That's gonna work. Now, my sister told me the other day we cooked some, and we soaked it in water with the husk on, and then she put it in a Walmart grocery bag, put it in the microwave, and I don't know how long, but it was really good, like that. Oh shoot, you know what? I made a dump cake. I'm glad you told me that. I put it in the oven last night. It's a strawberry dump cake. And I'm mad about turning my oven on. I gotta put the spaghetti, so I'm glad you said that, Winky. You saved me. Okay, so this recipe calls for pork and beef. So it calls for Italian sausage, not pork. Italian sausage is what it calls for. My husband says he don't like the seasoning, so I'm just gonna go with it. I bought regular ground pork. I missed it. We had got a hog, and went in. We fattened them up, and then we had them butchered and we split it. But we're way out, and we ain't had none. Well, the one bad thing about pork, doing it like that, it doesn't have it freezes. The shelf life on the freezer is not very long for pork. I mean, you can do beef and process it and have it in the freezer for a lot longer than you can pork. Pork doesn't do well, but it's so good whenever you can. We used to, some of my fondest memories growing up, you guys, and this might sound barbaric to you guys because if you're not from the country, but we raised everything, Well, my daddy, we would, it was always cool weather, when it first got cool. But my daddy's friends, the neighbors in the area, they would come around or come over, but we would fatten up our pigs during the summer or whatever, and then we would shoot them. I'm gonna tell you guys, it's like we would kill them, and then we had big huge cast iron pots that they would build a fire under, but they also had a barrel, a 50-gallon barrel. They had it at an angle, and they filled it with water. So they would shoot the hog, and then they would hook the pig up to a tractor, and they would dip it in that hot water, the barrel with the hot water in it. They would dip it and pull it out and scrape it, dip it and pull it out and scrape it. And then they would start processing it, and Mama would make cracklings. My sister loves pig feet. I've never tasted one. I wouldn't know if I did or not. But that was some of my fun. It was an all-day thing. Our neighbors would come, we'd all, do it together. And then we had a smokehouse. We would hang our meat up and stuff. Those are some of my fondest memories growing up. It was just such a community thing, and I miss that kind of stuff. Okay, so Winky Whisper says, also right before Christmas, I was at my friend's house and they had a bidet. Oh my gosh! I was waiting the refreshing sensation of the water and the air to dry, only to find out that I was hitting the button over and over. Oh my gosh! Well, Winky, I got one for that too. My ex-husband and I, he was a dealer for these they were gyrocopters is what they were. I can't remember the name, but we were dealers for him. He was like two-person helicopter, glider like thing. Anyway, we were a dealer for this particular company. So we would go to all these air shows and stuff like that. Well, we were living in Texas and we had sold 2 of them to this couple that lived in New Jersey. So somehow, I guess they paid us to deliver them. So we take off, we take a trip, we load them up to my Explorer and we go get there to the people's house. And oh my gosh. So, like I said, I hadn't been, there's lots of cultures and stuff like that you just don't see in the South, so you're not supposed to. But they were from, I don't know, I don't want to say it wrong. They were from Lebanon. They had the dot and the wife wore, you couldn't see nothing but her face. And they had some adorable kids, so whatever that is, I don't know. I'm not trying to be ignorant. I can't remember. But, so we get there and she asked me if we want some coffee. And I said, sure. I've never had espresso, but she come bringing these teeny little cups out. And it looked like, seriously, I think a spoon would have stood up in it. I drank it because it was the polite thing to do. But talk about having to go shit. I had to go to the bathroom. So their bathroom was upstairs. Well, they had a little, these little things that you water your plants with. You put water in them, and it's like a little pitcher thing. They had that sitting beside the toilet with water in it. But they didn't even have a place to put toilet paper on. They didn't even have a toilet paper holder. So apparently they don't use toilet paper. I don't know, but I had to poo. And from drinking that damn espresso. And I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't stand up and not, I wasn't going to use that little pit. That wasn't going to help me. So yes, I did. I used one of her freaking decorative towels. I had no little hand towels. I sure did. It'll teach you to give a redneck damn espresso like that and then not explain your bathroom to me. I had no, but anyway, her kids was playing and they was like, horse playing and stuff, and they'd come run by her and stuff, and one of them grabbed the her whatever she had over her hair, and they pulled it, and her hair, she had frosted hair, and I remember being shocked because I just assumed it was dark black, you know what I mean, like her kids and her husband, but she had it frosted. I thought, oh, okay. Anyway, they're real cool people, but anyway, it was like whatever. It was like it was almost $20,000 what we sold them, the cost of those gyrocopters. He gave us all cash, you guys. We were not expecting that. We were expecting like a cashier's check or, not. And it was like, we didn't get there until like midnight that night because we drove and so yeah, he gave us all, we were paranoid and scared to death to leave there, thinking who's going to send it up. Philippine cultures, they use that as a bidet. Yeah, well, I'm sure they got a bidet now, but they didn't back then. And that was many years ago. But yeah, so, I got to think my husband asked the time, he said, well, when I told him about it, I said, damn, she could have told me or asked me. And he said, well, what was she going to do? Do you know how to use the bathroom? Do you know how to shit? He said, that's, he said, how was she going to approach you? And I said, well, that's true. I guess it was, I guess it would have been like strange to like, do you know how to use the bathroom here? But anyway, we went out, we stayed overnight. And they wanted to take us to eat the next day for lunch. And I'd never had that kind of food. And it was I like it now, but I didn't then. I don't know what kind of food, Greek, I don't know if I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be stupid, I just don't know. But I know, I remember it had a lot of curry, it seemed like, and chickpeas or something like that. I can't remember, but oh yeah, it was, yeah. And this was like 20, 30 years ago. It was a long time. But he gambled more than I don't really, I like going and play. They don't have the machines I used to play. The little nickel machines, they don't have those. What's wrong with Barbara? Oh, Rudy Mayoff. Mother died? Oh. Oh, thank you, Truth Teller. Truth Teller, have you been around? I think I remember seeing you. Have you been around for a while? Do you know me as Barnyard? Because I used to be as Barnyard. Barnyard. And that's how I can tell if people's been around. A lot of them still call me Barnyard, which is fine. I don't care. I answer to anything. Just don't call me late for dinner. Late for supper, whatever y'all call it. Hey, babe. I don't think I'm not gonna have to train this. I love it when it's like that. When it's not not a lot of fat. I love it. Sorry, I had to open my cans. Oh, thank you, dear Krabby. Welcome. Are you new? Okay, yes. Well, there's a Catholic church in the little town I was raised in, and one of the girls I went to school with went to that church. And they didn't go regular, so I had not really been exposed to, different religions. So I don't know if you guys have a sportle. This is called a sportle. They come in wood, but they're curved, so you can get down in a can. So these are cool things. They used to, they sell them at Home Depot, Lowe's, at Christmas time. But you can also order them on Amazon. But they are the neatest thing to get down in a pot or a can. I got some wood ones. Let's see. They're called sportles. I think I put my wood ones up to the cabin. Oh, here's one. Okay. So this is one of my wood ones, and you can see it's curved. And this is a little wood one. But yeah, they're cool to get down in there. Get down on it, Oh yeah, we like the curves. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, dear Krabby, well, welcome. I was telling somebody earlier that, I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Blank Slate, what kind of channel this is, because we do a lot. We talk shit, we chew fat, we talk about the tragedy pimps, mostly Sloppy Molly, and we talk about true crime. We talk about my mom, my family, and then I cook sometimes. I don't know what community or where I would really belong, to tell you the truth. Hey, babe. Let me see if my husband wants to grate my Parmesan. Babe. He must be out of the shop. Hey, babe. Will you wash your hands and grate my Parmesan for me? I don't need a whole lot. Put them to work, me. Okay, let's see. Hey, Brenda, how are you, babe? Good to see you. Let me see how much I need. I think about, let's see. You want this one or the flat one?
I don't care.
I'll give you this.
He's still.
Yeah.
I'll set the cabinet doors.
I will in a minute.
Yeah,
Hey, wash your hands so you can, when outside smoking, you can wash your hands before you can grate my cheese. Before you can grate my, okay, so you guys, I'm gonna tell you, I am notorious for leaving, I don't leave them when I'm done with the kitchen. I don't leave them open, but while I'm in the kitchen, I'm awful about leaving the cabinet doors open. And there's a reason why I do that. Because I wear myself out opening and shutting the some bitches. Every time I want to get something out and I know I'm going to need something else. So I just leave them open. It bugs my husband. He comes through here and he's like, and luckily our cabinets, I have lived in places to where, you know, you bust your head and run into them. Luckily these cabinets, you don't have to worry about that because they're positioned to where they, you know, are out of your head level. But it still bugs him then. I like leave him open. I told him this morning he would come in here. I was getting his lunch ready for before he went to work, and he comes through and he starts shutting down. I said, "Babe, I do that. You know, I don't." He said, "I know. I'm just doing it." Well, does it aggravate you, babe?
Yeah.
But like not in a bad way, right?
Yeah, well, sometimes I'll come in here at night.
No, you don't, because when I clean the kitchen up and I go to bed,
cabinet doors open and everything.
so maybe you act like Dre on you. I do not do that. I don't. Maybe one.
No.
Maybe one. No, Poppy, you know I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know that. So do like probably half, maybe half of it. He's full of bull, you guys. I'm not gonna say I don't leave one open every now and again, but you know.
Or two.
Dangerous zone. Yeah. Look, he's got all the ammunition far side, exit only. He's got all these stickers all over our refrigerator. Yeah. Whenever Sloppy Molly and I fell out, I had went live and I was making something, a carrot cake or something, and that bitch come down under my comments and talked about how tacky and trashy my kitchen looked, and how I didn't even clean my refrigerator off. I'm like, bitch, screw you. It's my damn kitchen. You know what I mean? I'll do whatever, have it however I want to. And if you think it's trashy, then don't freaking look. Freaking bitch. At least I cook. You know what I mean? I don't put frozen shit in the oven. Heat it up for my family. Now I have had cabinets. So I know swinging that knife, I like Dre girl. I have had cabinets that you don't leave them open because you will buzz. Hey, the good Nunya, how are you? My husband drives him crazy too, girl. Y'all would get along good. Y'all would be shutting cabinets all the time because I do it, and it's not just the kitchen. I do it in the bathroom if I'm in there, taking a bath.
So you can bust your knees on it.
Yeah, but I don't do that often. It could be worse, babe. You know what I mean?
Everywhere.
It could be worse.
I guarantee you, if you took that thing around there where they could see your dresser, every drawer on that dresser is wide open.
That's true. Well, that's because I'm always doing clothes and putting clothes back in the dresser.
Yeah, well, mine are shut.
I know, because I'll look at it. Well, I'm fixing to have to get something out of there, so you know what I mean?
Like you change clothes constantly?
No, but when I get ready to put my pajamas on at night, I don't have to open the damn door. I don't know what more.
I hear you.
I don't know. Look, at least I'm not.
That's one way to think about it.
At least I'm not going to the casino and gambling and laying out in the ditch till we're drinking. It could be worse. Oh shit! We all have our little things. You know what I mean? I don't know what yours is though.
Mine?
Like what you do that pet peeve. Oh well. Your bath, yeah, you do things in the bathroom that perturb me, that I have to go behind you. Like you don't you don't put the seat down when you get
yeah, I do too.
No, you don't.
If I pee in yours, I do.
No, you don't. Listen, this is
I'm
what
just
I say.
telling you, I do.
Every husband I've had
Especially
in the past,
up
you guys,
at the camp or
and I've
somewhere.
had some. I've had a few. But every husband I've had in the past, I have gotten them to just sit on the toilet, tuck it.
There you go.
You know what I mean? First of all,
well, that
it's
just
nice
goes
for
to show you
I think, and it's nice for me.
They wasn't much of men if they did
a lot
that.
of people, men do that, honey.
Hey,
A couple of them I didn't even have to
I
do
got a
that. They
set.
already did
I
it.
got a set, and I'll let them drag. Okay.
I know that, Justin. But listen, listen, I gotta show you Sloppy Molly, Mark. She went live last night. She had her booty boy up there, and she told something that she wasn't supposed to tell. And you know, he's always pussyfied. You know what I mean? He freaking got so pissed off at her. I had to record it. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something.
Well,
So
he's a bitch too.
you keep him company.
Ooh. All right, I got her from John Grady. See?
You're gonna be happy tonight. Your CPAP stuff come in. Your new mask
Good deal.
and stuff come in. But
It did or
Yeah.
it will?
so look, I'm gonna show you real quick.
It hadn't yet?
Yeah, it come in today.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm gonna show you. This is I just a little clip. I'm gonna show you so you can understand what I'm talking about with those sloppy old Justin. So anyway, I put on my tie on the thing. I said he must have found somebody's balls to play with to hold because normally he don't. You know what I mean? I said, to my surprise, Daddy Justice found somebody's balls to hold because, you know, normally he. Okay, look.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
listen. You can't go back outside until you listen to this. See how he does? And just watch this. Wait.
Found somebody's balls to play with. Let's watch.
Watch how pissed off he gets.
Marvon Sr. is not doing well with the body cam footage. And he wants to go, he talked to the detective today. No. He wants to get over it
Ah,
tomorrow.
double snapping it too
He watched
quick.
it for a second, yeah.
He's his son.
You know what?
What?
Why do you
That guy right there might not suck a dick.
Mark,
I'm sorry, but he would hold one in his mouth till it went limp.
baby, he is married to a man.
enough to know?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
just
this
telling
is-
you, that's
okay.
my opinion of it.
Okay, well well you were right.
I
baby.
nailed that one
Yeah,
on the
you nailed
head.
that one. 2 points for you, but I'm just saying that's nothing wrong with that. But to Mark, you can't be. I mean, you can't say stuff like that.
Oh, I'm
honey.
sorry.
I mean, that's true. It's probably true, but you know, you need to reserve it.
Oh, this is a cooking show.
Yeah, yeah. We ain't making bratwurst, baby. We having
Right.
spaghetti. Sorry, guys. Lordy, lordy. And I thought I embarrassed myself.
She's asking me
So,
for help.
I didn't see a while ago, but do you guys, any of you guys, do y'all know what a king cake is? Because we've got one here, and they make them at Mardi Gras. There's a place out in New Orleans, and they deliver. Oh, he just left my phone going. But anyway, king cake. My mother-in-law bought me half of hers last night. Hers was chocolate. This one is strawberry and Bavarian cream. But let me take the lid off so I'll show you. So they're really, really sweet, but they have a little baby inside. And tradition is whoever gets the baby has to buy the next cake. So this is what a typical one look. That is sugar, colored sugar on top, and the Bavarian cream and strawberry pie fillings. It's like a cinnamon roll, a stuffed cinnamon roll is what they are. And they have all kinds of blueberry, cream cheese, Bavarian cream, chocolate. But anyway, he got the baby last night from the chocolate cake his mom
You
brought.
know what?
What?
That guy right there better watch out, cause she might take a wrench from him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Well, you know she will. Hey, so you know she's cockeyed. Mark figured out. Tell everybody why she's cockeyed. You figured why Marissa's cockeyed.
Well, everybody picks on her, but she's just a little poor cockeyed girl. And
Because why?
well, when she's born, she's born with a rare condition. She didn't have no eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
So this little boy was getting circumcised. So they took that little foreskin and sewed it on her eyelid, made her some new eyelids. So she's a little cockeyed girl.
So that's why Marissa. So whenever I hear her say something about cockeyed, it's because she's got foreskin for eyelids. Oh lordy. But anyway, have you heard about the king cake? Have you guys ever had one? They are so good. I have I have to have a cup of black coffee. I normally have creamer and sugar if I drink coffee, but when I eat something sweet like that, I have to have just black coffee. And it's so good. But Tuesday, I think, is when Mardi Gras is over, so we probably won't be another cake. Hey, Miss Ann, how are you? Hey, Freedom Believer. Hey, we'll soon be under the bus. Yep. Oh. Yep, before Skin Eyelid Story. Yep. Oh, so there's a place I know. Paul's is the best. There's two places that make them, but they deliver them, in the surrounding areas, and they are so good. But I'm gonna tell you something. They're proud of them. This one was $15.99, and they had one that was like a 13 by 9, and it was $21.99. Okay, what you got to say now?
So anyway, you don't know the real story behind Marissa.
Oh, I don't.
No,
I want you to enlighten me.
Her parents was Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when she was born, she's kind of.
Mark, you can't be.
But I'm just saying.
Politically incorrect.
I know, but
Okay.
anyway, her real name is Something.
Is what?
Something.
Okay, something.
And yeah, and her parents, their last name was Wong.
Something wrong. I got it. Okay, enough of your jokes, honey. Enough of your jokes. You go keep. Hey, Mark, you're not a Mallory. You're not the House of Williams, so you can't have. You can't talk about jokes like that. You're not a jokester, for sure. Oh, and you have a king cake. Yeah, this is I bought one before. This is my second one, but I split it and gave my mother-in-law half, and she gave me half of her chocolate one. I didn't know they had made chocolate on chocolate like that. The inside is even chocolate. It's very good. I was hoping since Mardi Gras is almost over and everything that Alicia will start coming back around because she does the parades and all that stuff. So she's bowed up with those headgear and all those outfits and stuff. But so this morning I was watching when I was working in my studio, I was watching the trial, and man, the defense his attorney was on fire today. He was giving that sled guy hell. He was like really badgering the way I felt like. I can't believe that they didn't call him down. The judge even got onto him one time for making the jurors uncomfortable. Anyway, I didn't get to finish watching. I don't know what else happened, but they're bowing up now, aren't they? Getting ready. They said they're supposed to arrest the prosecution is supposed to arrest. I think they said Wednesday, but I don't know if they will or not. But for you guys that are following it, did anything happen after that? Because I didn't watch nothing else after that. No, Wonky Whispers. There's also Lanky Tor. Every time I go to type in Lanky Tor, it always spell checks Lanky Toe, and I've sent it several times like that. Right, unless he finds that's exactly 2% Asian. That's right. You can never tell. I tell you one thing, Bar. I won't be making him no 2% shirt. I can tell you that much. Oh, let me see. I gotta get my butter. Okay, cook this spaghetti. Okay. Get my butter. What I do with it? See, I got the drawers open too. But I really do you guys shut them whenever I'm, for the most part. So, did you guys watch? I think Donna Cutter has me accidentally blocked. Oh, no, I see you, babe. I see you, Commander. Commander, I spoke to you. But girl, I am Squirrel. I probably said your name and then went off about something else. But I see you, baby. I ain't got you blocked. As a matter of fact, I went on my block list last night and I unblocked everybody that was on there. And there was people on there that I've never even heard of. So names, I'd never even heard of. So nobody, unless they're blocked through Google. So no, I see you, baby. I see you. I wouldn't have you blocked for nothing. And then there was a lady talking in my comments last night. Denise Arthur is her screen name, and she was watching some older videos and it was funny. She said, "Oh," she talked about bombshells. She said that somebody put a bomb or something. She said, "I'll probably get blocked." And I said, "No, you won't. I won't block you because just if I don't get along with somebody, I'm not gonna tell you you can't get along with them. I don't roll like that. I'm a big person. I'm an adult. You have whatever you want to." What are you doing today, Commander into Turkey? How are you doing? I use angel hair pasta also. It calls for regular pasta. Thank you. They're I think they're Pioneer Lady, the speckled. Okay, good deal. But yeah, I don't like a lot. I like the good onion. What's $1 million dinner look like? Asking for. Okay, so the $1 million. They have it on TikTok, the good onion, and it's not called $1 million spaghetti. But when I made it 10 so years ago, that's what the recipe was called. But it's I guess the reason they call it that is because you put cream cheese, ricotta, sour cream, Parmesan Reggiano, and mozzarella. So you cook the meat, the hamburger meat, and put your marinara on it. And then you cook your noodles, and then you mix up like an Alfredo sauce. So you put your noodles in your pan, and I'm using like it's more than you bake it too. So I'm using a deep casserole dish. So I'll put noodles on the bottom, and then I'll put my Alfredo sauce on the noodles, and then I'll put marinara, and you layer it like 2 times. So it's gonna be white, red, and then you sprinkle cheese on it, and girl, bake it, slap your mouth, and it is very good. It's very, very good. And I don't like Alfredo sauce. I do not. Well, I don't like it if it's just that on it, but with it blending in with the marinara, slap my mama. It's so good, but I wouldn't slap her, but I sure want to. You know what I mean? And I make garlic bread and a little salad, and we good to go. My niece and her 3 children and her mom are coming tomorrow because they're having the Mardi Gras parade at 1. And my husband's uncle, they have a historical home that on one of the main roads that the parade goes down. So we're always go if we're gonna go to the parade. We set up lunch, so they're coming. So I figured I would, in case they want lunch, I'll feed them leftovers chicken spaghetti. I mean, $1 million spaghetti, and really it's better the next day. Everything's better the next day usually after it has time to marinate and set. But and I made Rice Krispie treats last night. But I didn't wait for them to get here. I went ahead and tore into them things because that's one of my favorite things is Rice Krispie treats and cornflake treats. I should have made cornflake treats. They used to make them in our lunchroom. It's cornflakes, peanut butter, Karo syrup. Let me see. Sugar, regular white sugar, Karo syrup, and peanut butter. You melt all that together, and then you pour it over. You do it like Rice Krispies, except you use cornflakes. And you pour it over cornflakes, and you put it in a pan just like, and they're called, well, I think the main recipe is called cornflake chews, not cornflake treats. But I call them cornflake treats, but yeah, the Rice Krispie treats last night. And I have made them with Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles, Rice Krispie treats, but with a different kind of cereal. And to me, it's a little too sweet, but I gotta get my strainer. Avalanche. So you kind of cook your noodles so they're like al dente. So I'm gonna think that those probably good because it's angel hair instead of regular pasta. Oh yeah. Oh shit, that's hot. Get me a facial while I'm doing it. So I got butter and some marinara sauce in a big bowl, and you add some of the marinara. So you put some marinara in with the noodles, and then you do the white sauce, and it's majority. I think you put a little bit of marinara just so it won't stick together while you're preparing the white sauce. That's my guess. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. Oh, I forgot that. Fudge. Damn it! I left that eye on. Oh well. Thank God it didn't burn. burnt hole in my pants. I smelled it. Whew, living up to my hair color. Living up to my hair color. So I'm gonna make the Alfredo as soon as I get through. And I did not know, just for the record, you guys, that making Alfredo sauce was as easy as it is. I mean, it's basically Parmesan Reggiano, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not all of it, but that's the majority, the main ingredient. And my niece loves it. But like I said, I like, ooh, good thing it ain't got smell-o-vision, baby, because you can smell the bottom of my damn bowl. I mean, these are my good bowls too. I would have been pissed off if I burned a hole in it. Okay, let me toss it. I'm tossing my salad. So, yeah, I couldn't believe that Sloppy Molly got mad at Dre last night, you guys. And when I clipped that, I was like, I can't believe, bitch, you got the nerve to question when she comes back? Who does she think she is? I mean, honestly. I don't know who she thinks she is. I wonder if Justin reserved those balls for 2 nights, or if he just got them for 1 night. He might need them again tonight, because it seems like every time Dre goes, she's gonna stream her. Goes live, she's gonna try to stream her. The way it looked like to me, which I think is shitty. And I think Trey, I hope Dre, I hope she freaking strikes her, whatever she has to do. But she is a miserable, miserable person. She's not ever going to, say that she was wrong, that she did anything wrong. She'll never do it. I don't think. Okay, my cheese layer, cream cheese, turkey crunchy in bowls, smoothie noodles. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second, I gotta look at, refer to my recipe here. Okay, well this is not the same recipe as I've used before, because this one's not saying to make the Alfredo, but I'm going to change it up, because this recipe is not saying to do that, and I'm going to, because I like it the way it was when I made it before, and I know I made it Alfredo sauce, so, okay, let's see. Don't forget to ask your mom if she wants me to bring her a plate. Sorry, guys, but hollering. Okay, warmed your butter and cream. Okay, butter and cream. Let's see. I'll just swing it too. All right, hold on, guys. And this, so I also do the TikTok cinnamon rolls, which I'll never do cinnamon rolls again another way besides the TikTok's way. But you have to use heavy whipping cream, not half and half. Heavy whipping cream this size, $10.13. This is a freaking 1 quart. Freaking ridiculous. So I bought 2 little ones. I don't know what they expect people to do. I honestly do not know what they expect people to do. How we're gonna live, start eating down beans and rice, because this is it's ridiculous what stuff is costing. And I know I'm talking on my darn internet. Oh, I'm not on my internet. No wonder. I haven't been buffering, huh? If I have, I'm sorry. I just realized it was right. I mean, this should never have been a true crime case, you guys. This was just a awful personal family tragedy. That's it. That's it. It's never been a case. It's ridiculous. Somebody should. She's one of I wish I knew how to fight, because that bitch needs her ass whooped. I mean, seriously. She needs somebody to take her out back. I don't care how bad she thinks she is. Somebody needs to take her ass out back and beat the shit out of her. And I've got a little update to tell you guys about mine. Talk about getting ass whooped. So, my niece started working at a different fast food place in the town that my little incident happened. And for you guys know, you know, and the ones that don't, you'll have to catch it on another time. Too much to tell. But anyway, I got attacked by somebody at a fast food chain. Well, she apparently got fired. So anyway, my niece has been there a couple months, and last time I was at my mom, she said, "Hey, Deja," she said, "there's a girl that's at that started working where I work, and she told me that she was the manager at the last place that she was employed at, but she lost her job for fighting." And she said, "I wonder if it's her." And I said, "Well, I can pull her up on Facebook." So I pulled her up on Facebook and I showed her. She said, "Yeah, that's her." She said, "Her name starts with a J." I said, "Oh, that's her." So I said, "Well, baby, I wouldn't tell her that you know me." She said, "Oh, I'm not. Don't worry." I said, I mean, my deal with her is over, but still, I wouldn't let her know. I mean, I wouldn't say anything. She said, "Oh, I'm not. Well, you guys, it gets even better." So the beginning of this week, my other niece calls me, and she's like, her sister, "Hey, DJ, you're not going to believe what happened." She said, "Well, that girl that jumped on us works at where Butterbean," her name is Jordan, but we call her Butterbean, works where she works. And she said, apparently, now get this, you guys, the police officers asked to see the security footage that night that happened, and they told them that we had to go through corporate. They wouldn't let them see it, and my attorney has also asked for it, and we ain't got it yet. But anyway, we figured that it will never see the light of day because it's going to incriminate the hell out of her. You know what I mean? But apparently she recorded the security footage with her phone. And when people come through the new place she's working and they're slow enough, she whips her phone out and shows them, and they laugh about it. Can you freaking believe that? Can you freaking believe that? Boy, I mean, she don't know that that's my niece. You know what I mean? But, wow. I mean, people are just, I don't even know what to say about it. You know what I mean? I mean, the nerve of that bitch. So, yeah, crazy. I look at it like this. All dogs have their day. All dogs have their, I'm going to use a little half. They all have their, it all comes back, whatever happens, in the dark always comes to light, and she's got it coming. Because I didn't do anything wrong. I don't roll like that. I don't call people out of their name. I don't roll like that, So, she'll get it. I mean, she's already got a fine and was found guilty by the judge, so. But anyway, let me tell you guys about the TikTok. Well, hold on a second. Let me look at the comments and see if anybody said anything. All this time I've been on Top Chat. I wish they would do away with Top Chat. Why do they even have Top Chat? Why don't they just have, the regular kind? Hey, Denise Manfrey, how are you, babe? Okay, so the TikTok, you guys, cinnamon rolls. Let me just tell you something. They are so good. So you use canned cinnamon rolls, and you can either get the grands or just the regular. I have on hand like these ones, and they have the icing on the end. But you get a little casserole dish, you open them up, and you put them in there, and oh my God, don't crowd it because they get big. And then you take heavy whipping cream and you pour it over the uncooked cinnamon rolls. Just stay with me because it is fine. About till they're like halfway up the cinnamon roll. Okay, halfway deep of the cinnamon roll. And then you melt a stick of butter. And I don't know how, I don't measure nothing. I just mix it up. And you get brown sugar and put cinnamon in it. And you add it to the melted butter. And you stir that up. And I also add nuts to mine. Some people don't do that, but I add toasted pecans. And then you pour that over the heavy whipping cream and the raw cinnamon rolls. Cover it with foil really tight. Put it in the oven for, I can't remember the temperature. Bake it, I think 350. You bake it it takes about 40, 45 minutes. But you guys, something happened. And I take the foil off and then I brown them. But they get huge. But you guys, let me just tell you. It's like, woo! They are that... Something happens in that oven to that dang heavy whipping cream and that brown sugar, and it turns it into a Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like a thick caramel. I don't know how to explain it, but now initially, whenever you take it first out of the oven, it's still a little loose. You know what I mean? But as soon as it don't take long, and it like thickens up, and you know they are the fun. And look, we usually throw the icing away that comes in this thing because they don't need any. I mean, surely they don't. They got sugar, brown sugar, all that. But you got, I'll never mix it. My mom, everybody I have made them for loves them. Matter of fact, when I was up at my mom's the other day, my brother told me, he said, you know what would be good for some dessert? Some of those cinnamon rolls you make. So I made some for him. Yep, I made some for him. He's a little spoiled, but yeah, all these, you know, TikTok made me do it. That's the truth. They are so good. Okay, oh my goodness, Missy Mo, I'm so sorry. I timed you up. Okay, let me see if I can fix it. Go to channel, remove. Okay, Missy Mo, she didn't mean to do that, babe. So, I don't know how many seconds it is, but it was an accident. So you'll come back in here. I don't. There's no way I can fix it. Hey, Hope Seco, how are you, girl? I'm telling you, they are so good. Even if you don't put the nuts in them. No, I don't think you can fix it. I think that 300 seconds just have to expire. Look, it happens to the best of us, Miss Flora. How you doing, babe? It happens to the best of us. It's happened to me, and it's gonna happen again. It's especially if you're on your phone. One night I was modding for Mallory, PayPal Mal, and I had my phone and I was walking doing something, and I had my girl. I timed out people. I did all kinds of stuff. People thought I was on Ambien, but I wasn't. I just did not know I was doing that. Okay. I was arriving to the chat and my freaking phone slipped and I accidentally timed it. That's okay, babe. Accidents happen. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So, I better get back to my stuff here. Alfredo sauce. I mean, I just like right now. I almost super chatted myself. I had that pulled up just standing here talking to you guys. Crazy. It calls for mince curl. I think I got some of that. Okay, some already minced like this. That's ginger. So I have these pine cone lilies. They're a bulb, and you plant them, and when they have like this juice on the inside of them. That is, the Hawaiians use it for conditioner. What did I do? Oh, Parmesan. What did he do with it? All right. They use it for shampoo or skin conditioner. So I dug some up and I took them up to my mom's, and I forgot to do it. I took me some up to our cabin, and I just got thinking about it the other day. I told Mark, I said, you know what? I left my bulbs. You think they'll be okay? I left them in a Ziploc bag. You think the bulbs will be? Did anybody know anything about bulbs? My mom is a green thumb. I just have mine's a little yellow. It ain't never gonna be green. Mine's yellow, but I hope it'll be okay. It's probably gonna be about. Well, I'm gonna go up there next week. I need more Parmesan Reggiano, so I guess I'll just go ahead and do it myself since he's outside on his phone. Okay. Let me get up here so I can see what's going on. Missy Mo, did you? She accidentally timed you out, doll. If you're back in here, that's okay, baby. It happens. It happens. I'm so glad that Dre reached out to Rockalot. Oh, I hope she sues her ass. I really, really do. But yeah, I figured yesterday whenever I heard her and her 2 tacos and an enchilada talking about her putting a spell, I guess they're going to start doing that again, putting spells on people. So I guess they're going to put a spell on me in case Smalls. I'm not scared. I live a pretty clean, decent life. I don't, Yeah, she didn't mean to do that, babe. Matter of fact, Big Joe, where is she? Hey Sarah, how are you? Jason CLJ, why are you talking about witchcraft? Are you watching Netflix or go? No, there's a creator around here, Jason, and her name is Sloppy Molly. Molly Golightly, everybody's favorite live roach. But anyway, she's friends with this girl called Two Tacos, and Two Tacos has proclaimed ever since we've known her that she is a white witch. Now, why she says a white witch, I don't know. Well, she is white, but I don't know why she says that. I'm just telling you what she says. So that other piece of crap creator that I'm Sloppy Molly, she's very sloppy. She has lived up to her name. She apparently they were talking behind the scenes, and she told her that she had this girl that she worked with. This is the white witch telling the story. That she, and I don't know the story exactly how it was. I'm just going to paraphrase it. But she put a spell on this girl at work that she, whatever, was having issues with. I don't remember what the issues were, but she put a spell on her. And whenever she does this, whenever she does a spell, it makes her sick. So she has to take a couple days break whenever she does it because it takes a lot out of her. I'm just telling you what she said. Don't shoot the messenger. But anyway, the girl ended up dying because of the spell she put her on. So, yeah, there's that. So Sloppy Molly hired her, she paid her, to put one on a lady called Diane's channel, a science girl, makeup mobster, and I think Melissa Schumann. She's the girl that accused Nick Carter of raping her. So, but the spell, so I haven't been watching it on Netflix, but the spell supposedly that they put, Marissa had to be part of it. Sloppy Molly resides in Pennsylvania, and the white witch lives in Texas. So they had to like FaceTime and do it, and they had to burn candles and do a seance. I mean, it was all whole thing. You know what I mean? So her text was revealed the other night that they were going to go real life on me, and then another old friend, mutual friend of ours. And then yesterday I heard him talking about the witchcraft. So I guess they're fixing to get a voodoo doll and start hooking on me. So if I get sick or something happens, you guys, just know that Tacos is put a spell on me. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not worried at all. Yeah. No, I've been watching Jason. I've been glued to my, that during trial with the Murdoch. I can't. I'm like, I can't get over that. I cannot get over that. And I know you're innocent and proved till you're proven guilty. I get all that. I do get that. And normally, and I do believe that. But he either did it or he had it done. Let me just say that. That's how I feel. And anyway, it's too many. There's no way it could be that many coinkydinks. You know what I mean? Oops. So no way. So I'm just like blown away. How do you, especially when the details come out, you know what I mean? Of the body. How do you do that? And like, you know, if you look at him, it's like his eyes are black. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm fixing to put this $1 million assembly in it. Get my butter. Okay, I gotta mix up some other stuff real quick, and then I'll. Gotta mix up my sour cream, my ricotta. So, what are you guys cooking tonight? Winky Whispers was in here earlier, and she told me she was cooking pasta fagioli, I think is how you say it. Oh, well, thank you, Jason. Look, you never know what I'm going to say, but I have the best of intentions, but I have, in the past, my mouth is overloaded my butt, that's for sure. But anyway, I just try to speak the truth, and, you know, my philosophy is you treat people the way you want to be treated. If you don't want nobody to shit on you, then you don't, you know. That's my philosophy, but this other creator, she doesn't look like that, think like that. She's done a lot of damage to a lot of innocent people in this community. Lots of damage. And you're amongst friends here, Jason. So, and you guys, I don't measure nothing, so I could not tell you how much of, I just mix up what I think. Yes, infidel lady, I'm gonna tell you, there is so many nooks and crannies to this case, not necessarily about that boat wreck, but things that had happened prior to the boat wreck. Other cases like Drug Island. I mean, he was spending $50,000 a week. $50,000 a week on opiates. Before he got. That's a lot of damn pain pills, you guys. A week, mind you. I mean, and also, there was a young man that was murdered. I can't remember the year. I can't remember his name, but if you go back a couple of videos, I put the video down in the description. But he had collision with Buster, and they think Buster is the one. I'm just saying. So they're investigating that. They're looking into the housekeeper. I mean, he's just like crooked all the way around. And then there's this girl, Lindsay, I think Wheeler. She was a sex worker. She worked at one of the strip bars in Savannah or Hilton Head somewhere. And anyway, she, volunteered legitimately, worked as a stripper. And she said that it got to where, she wasn't making as much money. So she joined this escort service. And at first, she willingly joined the escort service. Well, she said that they went to this beach house. These men had hired this escort service. And so she was part of the escort. So she went. Well, Alex picked her. Alex Murdoch picked her out of all the women. There was several. He picked her. And she said, they were so nice. They were like just chit-chatting. And he asked about, her family, her past, and all that stuff, okay? So she really felt comfortable with him until they got to the bedroom. And she said that he was abusive and rough. Sounded like he was into some S&M or something. He was very rough with her. So the first time was all it took. She didn't want no more. Well, apparently this lady, I don't know, sounds like to me this lady kind of like was a pimp. You know what I mean? Because she made it sound like she couldn't get out of it after that. And that they made her go. And if she didn't go, I don't know what would have happened to her. I'm just telling you, paraphrasing the story. But she, so he, 4 or 5 times over a year or so, she, and he requested her every time Alex did. And they also, you guys, so I watched Fitz News. It's F-I-T-S, F is in Frank, I is in India, T is in Tango, S is in Sierra, News, okay? It's a channel, a YouTube channel. They are the first ones I started watching, and they are the ones that he saw this girl on TikTok, this girl, sex worker. Whenever this happened with the murders, and she saw it on the news and everything, she started doing TikToks talking about what happened to her. And so the Fit News, they found her like that. Well, they also, oh shit, I gotta get the meat. She don't like meat, but she sure like the bone. Ooh. Anyway, she, also, they said that there's more than just Alex that's going to be. So they asked her they showed her pictures of other high up in, officials and ranking in the town, lawyers, judges, doctors, and that was at those parties, and she picked them out. So it's a lot of other names, high-powered people that are going to come, have to have a reckoning, day of reckoning. So it's not just Alex. So anyway, you can find that on Fitz News. Very, very good story. But anyway, not very good, but you know what I mean. It's like, there's so many, you guys, there's so much to man, what a shady piece of shit. He was involved in some crap, you know what I mean? And I don't know what a solicitor, I think that's what his dad and his grandfather, I don't know what, I've never heard of a solicitor, I don't know what they do. But apparently they're like up there with judges or something. I have no, does anybody know what a solicitor's job is? Crime and Fashion, hey doll, Christina's Journey. Welcome doll, how you doing? Let me see if anybody else snuck in here while I was flapping my jaws. Nova Lisa, yeah, it is crazy, girl. It is crazy. So I think the old brother, might be, I just don't know how the law firm, you guys, could have not known about it. I mean, it's a weird coincidence that all of a sudden, when he starts getting found out with Forge and all that, the money starts coming, that they all of a sudden discover that at the same time, and it's been going on for like 15 years. I mean, that they're just now, I don't know. I just know I'm from a small town, and I know how shit like that goes. It's not who you know, what you know, it's who you know. And you scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. And that's, it's so, like, it runs deep, man. It runs deep. And Fitz News and the Murdoch Murder Podcast channel, they are really, like, they have journalism, they have taken it up 10 notches. I mean, they are really trying to do things that are right and, follow the law and not be crooked and shady in the house. So they're trying to, raise the bar for other journalists and stuff. That they quit, the good old boys don't work anymore. Everybody gets treated the same. You commit a crime, your punishment should be the same as the person that committed the same other crime. It shouldn't be, this bullshit about your color, your sex, sexuality, whatever. None of that should. It should be the same. People should need to be quit treating people different. You know what I mean? So, wet my whistle, I'm getting some cheese. But it's just the town I lived in. I told a story the other night about there was a lawyer in the town I lived in, and he passed away of cancer. And my town is a completely different town now. You wouldn't even recognize it compared to how it was whenever he was in charge and how it is now. Okay. I'm almost done, you guys, and I'll be able to pay attention to you. I'll put this recipe. Well, actually, I'm gonna put the one that I like to find the one I made before, because the recipe I used today, I did my own thing. I made the Alfredo sauce. Oh yeah, let me just tell you about this little whisk. I love this whisk. So it's a normal whisk, but it has a silicone thing on one side, so it scrapes for you. Freaking fancy, huh? I love this. I love me a good kitchen gadget that works. You know what I mean? Has some purpose. Love me one. Okay. Darn, this feels heavy. A little salt and pepper. Oh shit, I gotta put this on there. God damn it. Break this over. One good thing about it, nobody knows how it's supposed to be but just me. So if I screw it up, nobody's the wiser. None the wiser. And I don't think you have to bake it very long, because really everything's done. You know what I mean? Everything's already cooked. You're just letting the flavors meld together, I guess. I'll show y'all what it looks like before I put it in the oven real quick. That's why I use this deep casserole dish, because it's a lot of stuff. Okay, we do my cheese. Give me a pot holder. Okay, it's actually, you can see the white sauce. Oh, no, it's supposed to be spaghetti, but there you go, baby cakes. I'm gonna put some mozzarella on top, and we're gonna stick it in the oven, baby. And then all I gotta do is get my garlic bread out of the freezer, and we have dinner. But I'm gonna tell you, Mark's probably working tomorrow. So I'm gonna use all of it. It ain't gonna be enough to save. But he'll start, he's drinking his beer, smoking cigarettes and all that good jazz. So he don't like to eat while he's drinking. And I get it. I guess it doesn't make sense. I don't know. But so I don't usually eat during the day. You know what I mean? I'll get up, and when he leaves at 3:30 every morning, go to work. When he leaves, I usually, when I'm cleaning the kitchen up for making his breakfast, I'll grab me something to snack on, and I'll either stay up or I'll go back to bed. But I usually don't eat anything, during the day. So by the time he gets home, I'm like ready to start cooking dinner and start eating, get something to eat. And he starts me. I'm like, look, I'm hungry. I'm a hungry bear. I hadn't had nothing all day. He said, you need to eat. I said, I know I do, but I didn't. And I'm freaking hungry. So I usually eat before he does because, and it makes me so mad. I know how my mom feels. Having it ready. I hate, it's better when it's fresh and it's hot and fresh. I hate having to nook freshly cooked food, to nook it, to give to them. But you know what I do, girl, because boys and girls, because if his ass don't want to eat, then that's the only way he can get it. I'm not going to wait till 5:30 or 6, whatever time he decides he wants to eat, to cook dinner. Okay, let me set a timer so I don't forget, and I'll come over there and sit down. Timer. I don't know how long it said to cook it, but we're gonna say 15. Check it in 20 maybe. Okay. So let me get over here. Pull my chair up. See what's cracking. Okay, doll. Have a good weekend, sugar. Oh yeah, not good. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were late. Yeah. Winky Whispers, are you done with your dinner? Did you get it cooked? Oh shoot. Hold on. I'm going to have to rig up my phone here. Oh. Okay. There we go. Hopefully it'll stay. Let me get that off. Okay. Let's see. What's cracking here? Oh, Lord, 54 people in here. Look, there's some people in the bushes, it looks like. That's okay, baby. Bush people, look, long live the bush. Long live the bush around here, baby. So you can be in the bushes, honey. We don't care around here. Bush people are welcome. You know what I mean? Welcome, Crimes and Fashion. Are you going live? I'll have to, I'm going to tell you, I subbed to you the other night, but I've been stuck with that. Jet Setter, what's cracking, babe? Oh, Muffin Mouse, how are you? I have to say, I've been watching that trial, so I haven't watched a whole lot of channels. I saw, my favorite food is Chinese or sushi. I love sushi. I love Chinese too. That's my favorite food. But it was funny whenever I, graduated, I didn't know how to cook. My mom never let us in the kitchen unless it was time to clean that sucker up. So when I got married, my mother-in-law, I had never had instant potatoes. We grew our potato. We made home. When my mom, we had mashed potatoes, we peeled them and made them. So my mother-in-law, I cooked the chicken one night, and she said, I'll make the potatoes. So they come over, her and my father-in-law, they come over for dinner, and I said, oh my God, these are the best mashed potatoes. You'll have to tell me how you did them. And she started laughing, and she said, they're just instant. And I said, instant? Cause I didn't know anything. I was 16 years old. You know what I mean? I knew so much, but I didn't know anything about them instant potatoes. I said, instant? And she said, yeah, I'm gonna have to get that light spray. So she turned me on to instant potatoes. Let me just tell you, I wore myself out on those when I figured out how damn easy they were. And that and minute rice, like Mom had always used regular rice. I'd never had. So she taught me how to cook, because my mom, I knew how to clean, but I didn't know how to cook. So she taught me how, and I really didn't have an interest in like I do now. But whenever, I guess when I really, really started cooking was when 9/11 happened. Um, it just like, I don't know. I started watching the Food Network and I developed, and I love to bake. Like that was my forte. You know what I mean? Love to bake and um, make breads and stuff like make homemade bread and stuff like that. But you know, you go through ebbs and flows of life. So depending, you know, whenever I got divorced the last time, I lived in a travel trailer. I had a travel trailer on my land by my mom's, and you know, I had one of those induction things that so I cooked on that, or I would go up to my mom's and eat with her. So you know, I kind of like didn't cook for a while. So I can't remember why I was telling y'all that story, but I'm sure it'll come back to me in a minute. See, I didn't. Well, she does now. She has it now, but she did. I guess she figured what was the need. She had. Let me see. At most of the time, she had at least two or three kids at home. So she would send us to the barn to get. She tells how many to get. My dad would put. We would dig them up. You know, we plant potatoes and whatever. We dig them up and then we put them in lime or lye or something white. Something white. My dad would spread it out up at the barn, and they would keep for I guess a year, you know, but until next time we grew them. But anyway, she would tell us how many to go get. And I want to tell y'all something. So my mom smokes, you know, y'all know she smokes. Well, I've never smoked, you know, I've tried it. And my girlfriend and I had went to somebody's house the weekend before, and it was when I can't remember the name of them, but they were real skinny. Capri cigarettes. They were real skinny, long and skinny. And so I thought, you know, I wanted to smoke. So we got somebody to get us a pack. Well, you guys, I don't know how my mom would know stuff. She always told me a little birdie told her, but I don't know how she would find out shit. But anyway, I ended up coming home with the pack of cigarettes. And I had opened my window in my bedroom, and we had to be like 15, 16, you know, get up before we could even like lock our door. Bedroom. We could go to our bedroom and shut the door, but we better not lock it because my mom thought she could come in whenever she wanted to. But anyway, I had gotten to the stage where I could lock my door, and I don't know why I did it, but anyway, I had the day before this day she wanted to go get potatoes. I had cracked my window, and you know, I was going to smoke one of those damn Misty or Capris. So. And I didn't even know how to smoke, you guys. Anyway, I blew it out and I started coughing and I was done. But, you know, usually I didn't figure my mom could smell it because she chain smokes. You know what I mean? Like, so usually a smoker can't smell it. Anyway, I didn't take probably 2 puffs off of it. And I hid those cigarettes so good. I put them in, there was an old coat with a liner in it that hadn't worn in a long. I got the stitches loose, and I put it up in between the jacket and the liner of this damn coat. Well, the next day after my little taking a couple of hits, Virginia Slim, that's it, Commander, that's it. Okay, Lisa 54, have a good one, babe. Oh, how old is he? I hope he's has a good time. But hey, Miss Norma, hey Carla, how are you? Everybody coming in, hello. But so she said, Daddy, I need you to go get some potatoes. And I said, well, Guy's going up there. You know, my brother, I said, he's going up there. Can he get them? She said, no, I want you to go. Crown fashion. Let's see. I have to go too. Okay, babe. Thank you for coming in, sugar. It's reconnecting. Are you guys there? Because it was buffering. Hopefully you're still there. But are y'all, I'll find out in a second. Are y'all still there? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right, good deal. All right, Brenda, thank you. But anyway, so she said, no, I want you to go. So if y'all watched the video the other day, you see it's a good little ways up there to the barn. I took off running. I remember I ran so fast that I almost like fell over. I ran so fast and I got my shirt. I pulled my shirt up and I put the potatoes in there and I folded my shirt up and I take off running because I just knew, you guys, that she was so persistent and insistent on me going and getting those damn potatoes that I knew she was going to go in my room. And I'm not kidding you guys. I probably was gone maybe 5 minutes at the max. I come in and I went up to the bar and I pulled my t-shirt down. I let the potatoes fall out. And I turned to look, and there was those freaking cigarettes sitting on the fucking bar. That heifer had went in my room. And look, and this was before cameras. This is before camera. There was no way she knew, and she had a camera in my room. She did. Wasn't the thing. I don't know how she knew. And then one time I had some weed, and it wasn't much. But I pulled a loose. I know my mama is a nosy Rosie, honey. She will go through anything you got. I usually don't even take my purse in when I go because I don't mind her going through it, but she will go through it. Anybody, she is something else. So, especially now, it's like she's turned into a freaking hoarder, man. I'll have to tell you guys some other stories. But anyway, so I pulled the baseboard, the trim on top of the baseboard. I pulled the trim, the baseboard, and I put it under the pad. In between the pad and the carpet in my room. And I put that back down and, pushed the nail back. Found it. I swear. I have her, she could sniff out some shit. You know what I mean? Yes. Oh, yeah, she found it. I'm telling you what, Mary Red, how are you, babe? Bootsy 777. I made $1 million spaghetti. I'm fixing to take it out. I'm gonna tell you, the $1 million spaghetti was what the recipe when I made it years ago. So it's regular spaghetti, meat, marinara, and then you cook noodles, and you put a little marinara on your noodles and butter, and then you get a big deep casserole dish. You put the noodles, and then you make an Alfredo sauce, and you use like ricotta cheese, sour cream, and cream cheese. It's a white sauce. You mix all that up and you pour that over the noodles. Then you put a layer of hamburger meat with the marinara sauce on it. So it's white, red, and then another thing of noodles, white sauce, and then the marinara. And then you top it with the mozzarella, put it in the oven and bake it. I don't know how long you're supposed to bake it for, but I set the timer for 20 minutes. But I know why they call it $1 million spaghetti, because it almost cost me a damn $1 million to buy the shit to make it, because everything is so expensive, but it really is good. It is like, it's very, very good. And I don't even like, is that Ginger Locks Mom's? Hey, doll face, how are you? So I got some frozen garlic bread, and Texas toast in the freezer, and I got the $1 million spaghetti in the oven. So we'll eat on that for a couple. It'll be better tomorrow anyway. But I've got family coming up tomorrow to go to the Mardi Gras parade, so that's what they're going to have for lunch. They're not going to spend the night. So, how are you, Ginger Locks? You guys, that's the sweet lady that's in here, Miss Ginger Locks. She is a very dear, sweet lady. She's true blue, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it's good. Who is that? Moonlight. I love that name. I'm fixing to take it out of the oven. I'll show you. Let me see if I can get my portal over here. Oh gosh, I should have took better care of myself when I was younger. My bones. Okay. Let's see. Well, so when I went to make it, so I just Googled $1 million spaghetti because I remember that was the name of it. But this recipe didn't call for Alfredo sauce. So I improvised. I mixed up some Alfredo sauce. You use heavy whipping cream, butter, and then you add Parmesan cheese and garlic. And I made that. So I got to find the right recipe. But anywho, I'm just going to tell you, this is the recipe I went by until I figured out that it didn't call for. I'm going to find the right one and put the link in my description. But let's see. I had a picture on there. Let me find it. Yeah, so that's technically what it's supposed to look like. But I remember when I made it the first time, it was like 10, 11, 12 years ago. My stepson said, it says if you want to freeze it, it says to make ahead, you can prepare it one day ahead of time. Okay, and then you can freeze it. You prepare it right up to the baking step, and then you cover well with the foil. And you can freeze it up to 3 months. When you're ready to eat, you thaw it in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 days and then bake it for 20 minutes covered. Oh, I was supposed to cover it. Okay, I'm sorry. And then you can also make it vegetarian. Leave out the meat, baby. And it also calls for half Italian sausage and half ground beef. My husband don't like Italian sausage, so I just put regular ground pork sausage in it. Hamburger meat. So, let me see. I got 8 minutes left. I'm going to take a little gander what it looks like. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. So I don't know if this was on the Parmesan. So is this okay? I don't know. Let me turn this light off. Dang light. It's okay. So it was real yellow, like a darker yellow. I assume that's like the rind. I didn't grate no more. But is this part edible also, or is it like the rind? Anybody know? I normally buy my Parmesan already grated. Okay, order dinner, girl. What you getting? Go ahead and order it. Okay, infidel lady. Love you, sugar. Thanks for coming in. Oh, Sarah, because are you the same Sarah that all that crap with Mandolin and them or whatever? I don't know all that. I just heard that somebody was calling you or something. Are you the Sarah? Because I was thinking, not my Sarah Martinez, not my Sarah. So I didn't know if that was you or not. Oh, red chili chicken enchiladas. Oh my gosh, Miss Norma, I love me some Mexican food too. When I lived up north, my husband's brother married a Spanish lady. So I was in hog heaven. My favorite cake or pie, whatever you dessert, is a flan. Or it's not flan, it's the other one. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it. Oh shit. It's not flan, it's the crap. It's kind of like creme brulee. Anyway, but her mom taught me how to make homemade tortillas. They laugh at the way I say it. And I do not like chorizo, but they loved it. So I would cook it in the mornings with their scrambled eggs and stuff. And her dad taught me how to make rancheros, the sauce for the home. And her mom taught me how to make sopa and just good old Mexican food. I love that. Yeah, maybe that's at Coco Flan. I love that. I know, but I buy it in the grocery store. You can get it like over there where the Jello section and yogurt. They have a rice pudding that Cozy Kozy makes, and they have a rice pudding, and they also have a flan like that. And it's not like homemade, but it will freaking substitute. You know what I mean? When you got a little hankering for it. Oh my gosh, sopapillas, I love them. There was a little Mexican restaurant we used to go to, and we would raise a flag. I can't think of the name of it, but you was raise a flag, and they had sopapillas, for dessert or whatever. Oh my gosh, those are the best things. And I used to back in the day when I was younger. I was skinny. You used to call me Beanpole, and my sisters used to tell me, "Just wait, you're gonna catch up with you. It's gonna catch up with you." Well, it did. Menopause it is a real thing. So I love all that stuff, but I sure can't eat like I used to. I used to just eat and eat. Those were the days. Lurker. Ponchos. Yes, I think that was the name of it. I don't think they're in business anymore. And I think it was, I don't know if it was a Southern chain or whatever, but they had a little plastic, woo, woo, woo. You raise it on a flagpole. And that's when, okay, so I guess it was like all you could eat. So you would go through the buffet line or tell them what you want. And they also had these chili rellenos. And I'm not saying I'm doing it with a redneck twang because that's how I talk. But it was those big green peppers with a dough on the outside fried with some cheese sauce, chili rellenos or something like that. But anyway, that you pick out whatever you want, and then after you go eat, and if you want more, you just raise the flag, and they come and ask you, and they bring it to you. They go and cook it and bring it to you. So it's kind of very, very good. I wish they had places like that around. They don't around here anymore. Yes. Are you, Miss Norma, are you Spanish? Oh, thank you, Moonlight. A blank slate. What you doing, girl? Thank you, babe. We just talk about all kinds of stuff around here, girl. We're not politically correct. You can tell by my husband earlier. Oh, you are Miss Norma? Okay, right on. Well, her son, my sister-in-law's son, I loved him so much. He used to, I would make breakfast for him, and he was like, "Are you going to make my favorite?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "What is my favorite?" He always wanted me to say eggs and chorizo, and he would die. if I had a nickel for every time that boy tried to teach me how to say Teresa, I would be rich. I mean, he would like, okay, say it like this. And I said, son, you don't understand. I am saying it like that. I'm trying to, but it is what it is. This is the best you get. So my dad, I've told the story before, but my dad didn't know how to read. He was a depression child. And so, he really like pushed our education and wanted all of us to get education and, do the best we can in school, study hard and all that. So my, when I got moved away and all that, I wanted to get my dad hooked on phonics. So I ordered him hooked on phonics. And I didn't think and realize at the time, really that he needed, my mom had started working. She had never worked growing up, but she had started working at this time. My dad had open heart surgery. Anyway, it required, like, for somebody not to be able to read, you know what I mean? It required somebody to assist them. It was, even though it was tapes, it was cassette tapes back then. Even though it was cassette tapes or whatever, it's still like, you had to know which one to put in and all that stuff. And you needed somebody that could assist you, you know what I mean? And my mom was working and my dad didn't have that. So he really didn't use it. Well, my brother, okay, so when we were going to school, we'd come home, we'd have to go right to the table and start doing our homework. Well, I'm not tooting my own horn or whatever, but the grades I excelled in was English, literature, like that. Speed readers, was in spelling bees and one. But I mean, that's what I excelled in. Math is not my forte. But my brother struggled. I mean, now we know, you guys, that it was ADH or whatever it is. He could not hold his attention. My mom and dad used to say, if Betty could do it, you can do it. You're not applying yourself. I mean, they just like gave him so much hell. And they compared, they were like, she's catching on. And so, anywho, he made it, this is another perk for a small town. I guess you could call it a perk. They just passed them on every year. So my brother, you guys, did not read well. He could read better than my dad, but he struggled hardcore. So, and I was living away. I bought my dad hooked on phonics for Christmas or something. So I wasn't around to help. I lived in another state. But so my mom and my dad gave it to my brother, and his wife helped him with it and used to read it. But anyway, I used to want to get the hooked on phonics for Spanish. I love some Spanish, but I don't know if people with accents like this can even can even talk. I have, this is what I tell everybody. Don't make me break out my Spanish, chichis, huevas, and carne guisada. That's my Spanish. Let me check my spaghetti. That's what I used to tell my nephew when he would try to get me to say the chorizo right. I was like, boy, you gonna keep on. We're gonna have chichis, huevos, and carne asada. There was a place called Beto's. Oh my God, Beto's was a Mexican place that served the best damn burritos. Beto's, Betos. Oh my God, fine food. Can't get that stuff here. So basically, you guys, this was everything was cooked already. I just put it in there and let the flavors meld together. So I'm going to take a stab and it's done. So we'll let it set for a few minutes and then I will cut it and show you guys. Oh, hell, I still got the eye on. Let me make sure I turn my burners off. Let me grab my garlic bread so it can be thawed. So, the Good Nunya, if you're still in here, I bet y'all have Beto's where you live. Because I think they went up. They may not have went up if you live where I think you live. I'm Spanish, but not fluent. Oh, Miss Norma, I would love to. So do you think, have you ever heard anybody with a redneck accent? Because listen, I lived up north for almost 15 years. And there wasn't a day that went by that I did not get asked from one of my customers, where was I from? Texas or Mississippi? I mean, even living up north, I never like picked up anybody's accent. I mean, you know what I mean? I've always sounded like a redneck. So I don't know. I've never heard a redneck talk Spanish. So I don't know if like there's some, okay. So you guys know that I stuttered whenever I was in, really bad when I started grade school and they kicked me out of school and my mom and dad had to put me in speech therapy because the teachers couldn't understand me. So Sloppy Molly, when we fell out, used to say that you could tell that I was lying whenever I would start stuttering. No, bitch. It's because when I get upset, I start talking fast, and I am a fast talker. But when I get nervous or upset, I do have the tendency to stutter. My dad used to tell my mom that I was Mel Tillis's daughter, that she had cheated on him, because Mel Tillis stuttered. But anyway, uh, so I don't know if I could speak Spanish or not, but I sure try. Oh. I was born in Texas, spent my childhood in Louisiana and my adulthood in Oklahoma, and now I'm in Florida. Oh, yeah. Well, my sister lives in DeBerry, Florida, and my nephew lives past Daytona. I can't remember the name of the town. He's a deputy sheriff. I mean, he extradites prisoners from state to state. My sister retired from the sheriff's department, but you have to roll the R. Okay. All right. Well, let me tell you. So my sister, chicken mole. I love chicken mole. Now I want to tell you one thing I didn't like is a little, what is that stuff? They put, I put hominy. I love the hominy, but they also put like stomach tripe and shit like that. Menudo. I'm not down with menudo. I love hominy, but that's it. Oh, and then my others, my family, they used to cook cow tongue, you guys. They would buy them big ones in the store. And listen, don't knock. I have to say that's something. Don't knock it till you try it. Like damn roast beef if you cook it right. But anyway, I'm gonna have to practice those rolling those R's, I guess. No. Well, so we cook chitlins. Oh, I don't, but people in the South. So it's kind of like menudo. I mean, it's still the lining, the guts of the lining of the pig or the cow or whatever. Tripe is what we call beef, and I think chitlins was pork. But my grandmother loved them, but they were the stinkingest things, and they would buy them in like 2.5 gallon buckets frozen. And my grandma would stand there and turn those damn things inside out and clean that shit, whatever was in. And then they cook them and put crab boil. Oh my God, the smell is something that you never forget. But there's a couple restaurants around it by my mom, and they have chitlin night, and they do them fried and they do them boiled. And I go. My brothers and my nephews love it. I go and I eat catfish, but they love the chitlins. So they're kind of like menudo. Isn't that like cow stomach or something? I can't remember what's in there, but I know it's something I don't eat. Oh, Pasola. Okay. Sarah, Sarah, are you Spanish too? I don't know if I've ever had that. No, chitlin. Listen, I've got some pictures. I'll have to upload and find them. I got some pictures whenever I lived up north and I come home to visit. It was somebody, chitlins do stink. I've heard. I know, girl. Well, when they fry them, they dip them in dredge them in cornmeal.
Where's that email at?
What email, baby?
The one, my damn.
Oh, I threw it in the garbage. That note?
Yeah.
Oh, I threw after I showed it to your mom. I didn't know. I threw it in the garbage, babe. But they dredge the chitlins. I guess they boil them and then they dredge them in cornmeal, and they fry them. My brothers and them loved it. I think they put hot sauce on them. But they stink to high heaven, don't they? I would always make them cook them outside. Cook those son bitches outside. And my husband used to tell me, the crab boil makes them not smell. I said, my ass. They still smell even with the crab boil. Oh, Lord, stinking things. Barb, you said it right there, baby. You think you got to clean the shit out of it. And look, not only just clean the shit out of it, Barb, my grandma used to put it up on the faucet and let the water run through. Oh, freaking that gross. And so, no, too much trouble, too much sugar for a dime, or whatever that old saying is. For this old girl. Oh my gosh, hog head cheese. I almost bought some today. I was looking for the sausage, and I was like, I'm gonna get some freshly ground sausage to go in there. And I thought, I wonder if Mark likes hot. So I saw the hog head cheese. I said, I wonder if Mark likes it. So I didn't get it, but it's so. My mom used to make that also when we would process our pigs in the fall. My mom would make hoghead cheese. My sister loved pig feet. And now I do have to say, I love me some crackling cornbread and some cracklings. We would fry them in the we had a big old black, huge cast iron, and they would build a fire and put it under, and we would cook the chitlins. And my mom, we would put some that had a lot of fat on them, and some that was just more of the rind. And put some salt on there. I'll do like a chitlin. I mean, a crackling, not a chitlin. Tripe is brain. Okay, I thought tripe was beef, and tripe was the beef, and pork was called. I can't remember the word for it right now, but now they sell in the grocery store around here. They sell a little can, and it's like squirrel brains. And my ex-husband used to eat it with scrambled eggs, and he put those damn squirrel brains in there. Gross. I don't know. Don't get me lying. I don't eat that shit. Oh, I bet, because there's something congealed in it, Miss Flora. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, it's intestines. That's right, girl. Denise. Yes, ma'am. Ella G. Hey, babe. Well, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I never thought I would eat damn cow tongue, but I called her my mom. It's my sister-in-law's mom, but she would cook it, and they tricked me one night. Everybody knew what it was except for me. And I go over, and they made like little tacos out of them. It was like shredded pork. I thought it was like pork, and it tasted just like pork. So she was a fine cook. She would use that sazon and all that stuff. I got a bunch of sazon. I've got the stuff for Spanish food, you guys. If you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I mean? But after I ate a couple and raved about how good it was in the pico, they told me that it was, and I had seen them, prepare it before. So I have to say, don't knock it till you try. But I'm not going to try damn chitlin. I don't like the looks of them. So no, thank you. I've made it this long, 55 years without trying it. I'll be okay. Well, girl, you ain't, Denise, girl, let me just say, stinking ain't the word for it. Woo, they stink. And they're great. I mean, like I said, my grandma would buy a 2.5 gallon bucket frozen. They have big white square buckets, and it's just a bucket full of guts. And they call them cleaned already, but my grandmother would never eat them or cook them without double cleaning them. And she would stand there for hours. Hey, Moonchild Pink, babe, how are you? And girl, and run the water through it, pick it, turn it inside out. No, thank you. Yes, tongue tacos, yes, ma'am. Okay, I did not know that. A Ukraine dish. Are you guys doing dinner, or are y'all going out to eat? I just made $1 million spaghetti, Ella G and Moonchild Pink. Cowhead tacos are good too. Oh, no, thank you, Commander. I'm going to take your word for it, baby cakes. I'm going to take your word for it. Yep. I could, I'm not a vegetarian, but I could be. I could not eat meat. I mean, I like chicken, but I'm not crazy about steak. I'm not, I really don't like hamburger meat. That's why I like that this calls for sausage. I like pork. That's why I like mixing it. But I have to break my meat up really well. I don't like big chunks. There's something about it's not necessarily the taste; it's the texture, I think. But I don't like. I have to have my. I could do without hamburger meat and a steak, but I do like. I think I probably could be a vegetarian, but why try? Why go to the use of trying it now? You know what I mean? Yeah, and you know what? The truth teller, I used to. I don't used to. I loved some. What do you call them? Seafood, but it's scallion. No, what are they called? The little round. Gosh, you guys, I'm having. Some people they say that they use stingray instead of what they're supposed to be. Babe, what are those little? I can't believe it. What are that? Babe, what's that seafood I like? That they're round and they're white, and that some people use stingray. It's the seafood. What's it?
Scallops?
Yeah, scallops. That's it. I said scallion. Scallops. So I love me some scallops if they're cooked right. But they say that people use stingray instead of scallops, and if it doesn't have that little flat thing on the side, that it's not a real scallop. So I learned how to tell a real one from a stingray or whatever. I love sushi, Brenda. Love it. Scallops. I love them when they're broiled or however they're cooked with the butter.
Hey,
What, baby?
Trevor wants to know how to get to see you on there.
Oh, okay. Tell them to go to YouTube, and it's Diamond Cutter is my channel name.
YouTube, go to YouTube and Diamond Cutter.
And it's Diamond Space Cutter, and then it's a diamond emoji. The diamond emoji.
Okay. So did you hear that?
Ask him what's his name on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you have a screen name, doll?
So what?
Do you have oh, okay, so do you have your YouTube, is it set up with a name? Because when you come in, you'll like have to pick a name. Don't use your
I'm pretty sure that mine is.
Okay,
Hold on a sec. Oh, Chris is calling me right now.
okay,
We can talk
well, what's your name, and I'll be looking for you.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Okay, well, let me know. You're my boy whenever you get in there.
All right.
All right, love you. That's our son. They're such
Oh,
good
that's
kids.
right,
I'm going to say, oh, LG, good for you. Oh, you were just saying that. I hear you. Hey, babe, how old is Trevor?
31.
31.
Well, he'll be 31 May the 8th.
Mate, he is like you guys.
No, February 27th.
Okay, so he is, how tall? I mean, he is huge. How tall do you
He's
think?
probably 6'4".
6'4", and he's not fat.
He might
He's
be
just
taller than that.
big. He and
He
like
might be taller than that, but he wears a size 16 shoe.
this is how ours. Yeah. So Mark's nowhere. Yeah. So and then wait, Chris is 34, and how he's not as tall as Trevor, but he's more
Yeah.
wide
Yeah.
than Trevor is. But they're good boys. They're gamers. Trevor works at Chevron. He has a really good job, and Chris does too. He works at he's a butcher, but they're such good boys. We don't have a daughter-in-law or no grandchildren or anything. So I every chance I get, I bring it up. But Mark's like, don't aggravate and bug him. I said, I'm not, but damn, come on. Yeah, 16. Oh, and then I couldn't imagine. I mean, that's a big. Let me see if I've got a picture that I can show. It's hilarious to see a picture of us. I mean, they're like that much taller, and make me and their dad look like damn. Hey, babe, bring me your phone. I'll show you. They make us look like shrimps compared to them. Let me see. I'll go on Mark's. And pull one up. Oh, let's see. Show y'all because it's fun. And Mark's mom is even shorter. And they're big old boys. I guess it's from their mom's side of the family. Let's see. Okay, photos. Let's see. Okay. Oh, we've got one with the boys. Oh yeah. And they're standing up. Let me see. I have to go on my face. Let me see. That one. I'll look and see. Okay. Can't believe he don't have any pictures. He's got pictures of the boys, but none of us. And you have to see us standing up beside each other because it's hilarious. Let's see if I go to my page. You don't have a picture of all of us.
Hang on.
What?
Hang on,
I'm looking on my page. Let me see. Let me look on. Just let me look on my pictures. If I don't see it real quick, you can take it over and look. But just let me look right here. Cause I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. That's not the good one. Cause I know I've got some on my phone that maybe I haven't uploaded to Facebook or anything of us all standing here. I told them it really looks, we look short with your mom, as short as she, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Standing next to the boys. So their mom's family must have some links to them, huh?
My
Right, too.
my ex's father
Was
was a big, tall man. He owned a gas station there in Philadelphia.
I love looking at pictures on here. Like, man, I was so skinny, babe. I'm sorry. No, I'm not like that no more. But lordy, I have most definitely. That's when we got our tattoos. Okay, I guess you're gonna have to find out because okay, let me see what that is. Look,
It
okay.
should be something right past
Well,
that.
you just have to find them. So anywho,
So you on Google?
no, I went
Right.
on Facebook. I didn't know
Yeah.
where they would be. Oh hell, look, well, I'm crazy. I got my phone right here, honey child. Oh lordy, I'll look on my own phone. But anyway, I don't know if did they ever talk to you about having a girlfriend or anything, babe? So I'm gonna look for Trevor. Do they ever like talk about? I know you like me bugging them. You don't like me asking them. Okay, let's see. Fixing to cut that chicken spaghetti and show you guys what it looks like. Lord child. Okay, let me go cut the spaghetti. Okay. What's Trevor doing tonight? Did you tell him I was making chicken spaghetti?
Look at your little pussy.
Hmm?
Let's get pussy out here.
What? Don't, baby. Don't. Crazy. I said, did you tell him I was making chicken spaghetti?
Yes. Trevor's gonna come over tomorrow.
Okay.
We're gonna knock around.
Well, you know, tomorrow's the parade in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
I know. That's why y'all go to the
Okay,
parade.
guys,
We're gonna
let's
knock
see.
around. I ain't about a bunch of
I
parades.
know that. I didn't figure he was going. Okay, let's see. Well, mine don't look as good as the picture. It kind of like ran together. I don't know if you can't tell the white from the. Plus it. Oh, maybe this side looks a little bit better. You want to taste it?
Hang on.
Okay, that's okay. All right, you guys. I guess I'll get on out of here since I've done got dinner cooked and I've.
Do you want me to keep looking for this picture?
Well, if you can find it before I get off of it, we'll go. Let me see how long we've been on here. Oh shit, been on here 2.5 hours. I don't think I've ever been on that long before. Sarah, I wish I could send you some, girl. I would sure do it. Yeah, that's Miss Norma. That's a big foot. Do they have to go to a specialty store? Because I've never seen a size 16 in a store. I don't think they must keep them in the back.
No, he has to special order. his
Oh, I
shoes.
bet they do. I bet they're expensive. Let me just see what a size 16 runs. Does Trevor? What size did Chris wear?
I don't know.
How much does a size 16 tennis shoe cost?
What kind you use?
Okay, let's see. Yes, we'll see who's closer has clean kitchen. Amazon Prime. Guess, play this.
I don't know, $120.
Well, first of all, damn. No, believe it or not, if this is true, a Nike's $159, man. That's good. Let me look at that and see if it's a size. Oh, yes, size 16 leather. Shit. Damn, groceries and everything else is high, but damn tennis shoes and leather apparently are cheap. $159 damn. So, it looks like you're cleaning the kitchen. Woohoo! Winner, chicken dinner. All right, sugar. Well, I will. Oh, hey, Kay, I'll write you back. I'll holler back at you guys. Thank y'all so much again for coming in here and hanging out with me while I cook chew the fat, talk some shit, and I'll see you guys in the streets and talk to you later. Bye.